Just moments ago, CNN's teams on the ground near the Israel-Gaza border, they had to take cover, jump in a ditch because of what was happening overhead. I'm going to show you these moments. Listen to this.
Get down.
Closer.
Down.
Get down. Close, close, close. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're okay. You're all right. You're all right.
Okay.
That's the Iron Dome. Okay. That's the Iron Dome.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Klarissa is on the ground right now. Klarissa, tell us what's happening.
Stand by.
Hi, John. So forgive me, I have a slightly unelegant position, but we have just had a massive barrage of rockets coming in here, not too far from us. So we have had to take shelter here by the roadside. We're just about 5 minutes away. Gaza is in that direction. We can hear now a lot of jets in the sky. We could also hear the Iron Dome intercepting a number of those rockets as they were whizzing overhead and making impact in that direction, not too far from here. We came to this location because this was ground zero for this entire operation of carnage. Hamas militants came on a pickup truck. This was the first place where they breached that border wall, and they basically drove down this strip, just spraying lead wherever they went. We saw, in fact, I was just grabbing it before that happened and we had to hit the deck, but heavy weaponry being used. It's saying we can get up now. Where are we moving to? Sorry, just 1 second, guys. Okay.
Let's come up and go this way and then...
All right, so now I can show you the scene here. This is where those militants first came, opening up fire on all these vehicles. There's a baby carriage down there, turned over on its side. You can see over there, Clayton, if you just show in the distance there, some kind of strikes, looks like in Gaza as well. Return fire. Or is that the smoke from the rocket launches? Forgive me. It's a little difficult after being crouched in a ditch to know exactly what's been going on. But yes, multiple casualties along this area. You can probably see the scale of the damage that was done to these vehicles. A lot of them just blew up with the force of the ammunition they were taking. And they're just now towing away the actual pickup truck that was carrying those Hamas fighters. It met with some resistance. Careful, Clayton. There were a couple of bullet holes in the windshield rather. So they stopped the car, they got out of it, and they just went on this shooting spree. This is also, they believe, where a lot of hostages were taken. They just got out of this, started grabbing people, started shooting people, and taking them back to that side of the border. John?
So, Klarissa, I'll give you a chance to catch your breath right here. You are headed closer to the Israel-Gaza border. You heard some rockets being fired from inside Gaza, maybe some of them, many of them, hopefully all of them, being intercepted. What is around you in terms of civilian life? Are the Israelis back in their homes?
Not here, they're not. This was, you know, the city of Sderot is just over there, which was a pretty buzzing city, but almost everybody has left at this stage, or they are spending most of their days in a shelter. And this has really become a kind of an area where the only vehicles in life you see are ones like this. Israeli military, Israeli personnel, Israeli army being moved and deployed all up and down along this border, fueling speculation that some kind of a ground offensive could be imminent, although obviously that is complicated by the fact that there are a lot of hostages. I'm just moving us out of the roadway here. Oh, another one. You can see where they shot up this car here. Just completely destroyed. We don't know. We asked how many lives were lost here. It's very difficult to get a sense who might be alive, who was taken as a hostage. But you can imagine the visceral terror as this scene was unfolding, John.
Clarissa, this is Sarah. Let me ask you about, you have not only been there where you're seeing rocket fire still coming in, but you actually went to the site where there was this festival and that awful video of people running for their lives and being slaughtered by Hamas militants. Can you give us some sense of what you saw there?
So we visited there yesterday, Sarah. I'm just going to step out of the way. There's an ambulance coming this way.
Kizzy?
We visited there yesterday, and again, just carnage. You can still see the dead bodies of those Hamas militants all over the approach to that kibbutz where thousands of young revelers had gathered to celebrate the end of the high holidays. They were dancing through the night until at about 6 in the morning when the militants started firing a barrage of rockets overhead. Then they actually infiltrated the dance party. Sorry, I'm just going to move us over here again. We're trying to keep out of the way of these guys and let them do their job. I also wonder if someone in the control room can turn around that video that just showed the initial moments we were taking shelter there when that barrage of rockets came in. But the scene at Re'im, that kibbutz that you're talking about, was just nothing short of horrifying. And the fear that so many families still have, they don't know, Sarah, if their loved ones are even alive. An Israeli volunteer group that identifies human remains said at least 260 bodies were found, but there were thousands of people there. And there are still families desperately looking, desperately hoping, and not knowing where their loved ones are.